Good morning. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. Today, I'm glad to see you here. It is a bright, sunny day here in Texas, as well as I hope in Arizona, which is where my guest is from. So, if you don't know me, I am Catherine Ann Clayton, and I'm a business strategist coach. I teach driven entrepreneurs how to make money by creating top tier clients so that they can have the freedom and time that they want to do the things that they want to do. So today is my friend from Arizona. Her name is Tisha Benoit. And Tish, I'm just going to let you go ahead and jump in and tell the audience what you do, who you are, and who you help. Okay?
Thank you so much, Catherine. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. Yes, so my name's Tisha Benoit, and I am a spiritual entrepreneur and business mentor. And I help women who want to go from an executive and become an entrepreneur, and specifically people who are also stuck, that are service providers, stuck in that one-to-one low ticket offer. And I help them do that by using the skills that they already have and turn that into a business.
Oh, that sounds awesome. And I'll tell you why I love that when I was reading about you. And Tisha, sorry, I said Tisha. When I was reading about you and reading up on you and stuff, it's very interesting because you don't know this about me, but I went from corporate into the entrepreneur space. And so I am probably your ideal client,
That's
which is
awesome.
awesome because there are so many women that are in the corporate space and they want to get out.
Yeah.
So, talk to me a little bit about that. How do you find those people? How do you talk to those people? How do you convince them to really walk out of most of the time a good paying job?
Yeah. So I don't recommend that they leave right away.
Okay.
I want them to build something outside of there, something that fills their soul. And then when they feel secure and they have that platform, they can walk away knowing that they have a safety net that they've already created. And one of the great things is that they can do this on just 30 minutes a day. Because a lot of people are like, well, I just don't have the time, and they come home. And what I do is I also help them build a platform for well-being, because business and well-being really need to go hand in hand, because that's usually what's missing. Or executives,
Mm-hmm.
they're working long hours, they forget to take care of themselves, they're eating food that isn't really necessarily healthy. They're not getting to exercise the way that they would like to. Quality time with their family is diminished. So we bring everything back into balance.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, like I said, I walked out of my job, making quite a bit of money a month, and I just went cold turkey. So I could have used you
Yeah.
5 years ago. Where were you, Tisha? Where were you? So, and it's funny that you talk about everything is out of balance. Why I walked away because I really wasn't, a lot of things happened with corporate, and I got, commissions got cut because I was told that I was making too much money. However, the company was doing great. But I really wanted to be that present parent. And that goes to that family balance that you talked about there. How important is it to have a balance in your business, whether it's in a corporate America or a small job or being an entrepreneur? Talk to me about that balance and how
Yeah.
you create that for yourself.
Yeah. So it actually happened to me too. So I had 20 years in one-on-one patient care. I was a primary care provider, and I was seeing so many patients in a week that I actually had to quit cold turkey too, and I didn't work for an entire year. I didn't care
Wow.
about making any money or anything like that, because I had adrenal exhaustion. I was just wiped out. and I literally could not do anything. And, you know, if people would see me working, they're like, well, it doesn't look like it's that hard. You know, you're just talking to people. But no, it's emotionally draining. It's spiritually draining. And I love helping people. So it wasn't that I didn't like it, like I loved it, but I wasn't taking care of myself, and I was working 12-hour days, and I had a hard time saying no. And then next thing you know, I was working like 6.5 days a week, and boom, I couldn't do it anymore. So, and this is what I was teaching. Like I would teach my patients these things, and I realized I'm not doing it myself. So I had to really pull back and create a whole regimen for myself to restore the kidneys, restore those adrenal glands, start eating healthy, got back into yoga, Pilates, all of those things. I don't drink any caffeine, no sugar, alcohol. It's okay if you want to have a little glass of wine every now and then, but for me, I just have to, it just helps me to create that balance, because when I have it, it kind of creates these highs and lows. And I just know that my sense of peace and well-being is more important than, you know, having that that regular glass of wine that I'd have to come home and wind down from work. And same thing, like I wasn't getting that quality time with family. My relationships were being compromised. And so it really took a lot of time to restore those. So communication is key. Taking a morning time. Every morning I go for a walk. I do journaling. I drink hot water, and I meditate, and I just set the tone for my day. And that's the way I do it.
Yeah, I think that that's really important. And I started back to, I used to be very vigorous about my morning routine. And then I was running, I was doing all this stuff. And then all one week it started raining. And so, and then it rained the next day and the next day. And then you just get out of the habit. And so
Yeah.
I think that you have to just decide to decide. And
Yep.
so this week I was like, okay, I'm starting again Monday because I know how much better I felt. And how important is it that everybody gets a morning routine for you? How important do you think it is? I know it's important, but
Oh, yeah.
how can you tell our audience how important that is?
Well, it's 99% mindset and only 1% strategy. So when you have that mindset in place, that the 1% strategy or the mechanics of whatever you're doing is going to go so much easier. And once you experience that ease and grace of the mechanics as a result of your mindset, then you don't have to convince anyone, because they experience it. And for me, that's the best way. I tell people, you know what, go ahead and try this for 6 days. Then on that 7th day, go haywire, do whatever you want. But what I don't tell them is that once they do this for the 6 days, on that 7th day, they're going to feel it. And they're going to go, oh man, I don't feel so good that I ate whatever I wanted today. And then they just hop right back on.
Amen, because that has happened to me. You're like, I love ice cream. And so when I stopped eating ice cream, and then I was being very healthy, and then I had the ice cream, I was like, what? Yeah, it's so weird how your body does that, how things do that.
I love ice cream too. Believe me,
So,
I absolutely love ice cream.
yes, yes. And my children love it. My daughter, because that's all I ate when I was pregnant. So she's like, Mom, I love ice cream. I'm like, that's why. So let's go. Let me ask you I want to dive a little deeper. Tell me why you feel that an executive would want to become an entrepreneur in the first place.
Because they get that time freedom paradigm. And there's something really rewarding about working for yourself, where you created it. And you really get to see the results with your clients firsthand. Like literally, I had one of my clients send me an email yesterday about an accomplishment that we've been working on together. And it literally made me start crying, because
Mhm.
and I and a lot of times when you're an executive, you don't get acknowledged for your accomplishments. You don't get
Right.
the accolades like on a regular daily basis. You know, you might get acknowledged once a year or even every 10 years. Like I know executives that have been at their jobs for 25 years and rarely have been acknowledged for the accomplishments and the brilliance that they bring to the team.
Yeah. And I think that that camaraderie between, you being able to give the praises to your client, and then also you get the praises when they say that they accomplished it because you know that
Yeah.
you helped them do it.
Yep.
The thing with me, I have clients that reach out to me today and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's starting to grow. And you told me we're not even to this goal or this timetable." So I get that. That's really important. And, it kind of goes back to, I know that I have a coach. I'm sure that I don't know, but I'm almost positive
I
you
do.
probably have a coach or even two. I have two. How important, is it that we have coaches in our lives, especially as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur?
That is an excellent question, Catherine. And it is so important because, especially if you want to fast track, because we've made the mistakes. And so we know we have a clear pathway from that A to Z and that you can just hop in. And also, if you look at it, every single high level business person out there, from Richard Branson to Tony Robbins, they all have a coach. And if you are an elite athlete wanting to up level, you're going to get a coach. I don't care if you're already a star, you're going to have a coach to get you to that next level. And so it is, I mean, it's everything. And it just, and also sometimes when you're working by yourself, you can get stuck in your own head and, um, and want to give up, quite
Right.
frankly. Like, why am I doing this? Why did I do this again? And your coach is always going to be there. If they're a good coach, they're always going to be there to remind you of who you are when you can't remember.
Absolutely. And to not let you quit on yourself
Yes.
because you're
Yep.
quitting on yourself when you say, I can't do it and you quit.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Do you have a freebie or some, offer to give to our audience today? Because I'm really trying to encourage the audience out there to take heed of all these freebies. Let's face it, we're in a great, crazy time in the world right now. So you've got time at home to read some of this stuff and learn some of this stuff and start your own journey if you haven't, or up level your journey if you
Mhm.
have. So tell us about a freebie that you have today.
Okay, so I have two things going on right now. So one of the things is, for me, I'm really huge into human connection. It is my number one priority. It's what I feel is missing out there. And so what I'd like to offer is a free 15-minute connection call to explore any ideas or answer any questions that anybody might have and help them direct them to get on their path. And then the other thing is, I have a book that's coming out this Saturday. It's
Woo!
going live on Amazon. It's called Launch Queen because I do specifically work with women, and it is how to launch a profitable business online.
Wow.
And so that's going to be coming out. And if anybody would like to snag a copy of it, it's going to be free for that first 24 hours. And you can connect with me through DM, and I'll send you a reminder. You can snag that copy.
Okay, well, also, we're going to make it easy for the audience. I don't know if you've watched my show before, but I'm going to have you put the link to the Amazon book down in the comments once it gets on my business page. And then I am also going to put a link in there for my freebie this week, which is called Client Building Profile Secrets. So you can get
Ooh.
that. You can learn a little bit more about Tisha and get that book because wow, I mean, how awesome to have a book that could be in the next 6 to 8 to 2, 3 months on the #1 top bestseller list. Who knows? And you're going to get it for free. That is a huge gift. So don't forget, to click on those links. And I wanted to thank everybody out there. Thank you, Tisha, for being on here. And I want to
Thank
thank
you.
everybody else for being on our show today.
Wonderful.
All
Have a
right.
great day.
Have a great day.